seeking Christ, following His instructions. That is what will save us. It is so sad that so many Christians out there, they do not know where they're supposed to head because they do not seek Christ. I went to a church some time back, a few years ago, and this church, they tried to lure me in to serve serve under the church. I told them, hey, they didn't really try to force me, but they tried to ask me a lot of questions about service because they wanted me to join. Not once, not one church, but this particular one, I guess, people were like, hey, you need to play a role in church, something like that. I was like, I'll ask the Lord, I'll speak to the Lord. And oftentimes people used to preach and say that people come and serve in church, be ushers, or be something. And one time the Spirit of God tells me that ushering, or being in a choir, or cleaning a church is not ministry. Ministry is saving souls. It's calling souls to come to Christ. So, I know this is going to be sad for many of you, but it's the truth. So many people came and they were like, but when you're serving God, so many people have told me that, hey, but when you're serving God, when you're ushering, you have to usher and smile, you take someone's stress. I'm like, hey, that smile doesn't matter. Let me give you a picture of a person who thinks they're serving God when they're ushering or in a choir or anything. Let me go closest to the church. The church, the building, is the responsibility of the people who opened it. For example, come to cleaning. Of course you have to clean your own building because it's you who uses it. But people claim, manipulate, and say that cleaning the church is service. That doesn't take you to heaven. It is service to that church, not to God. God doesn't need a building. He doesn't need a mop. He doesn't need your ushering to be served. And there's nowhere Christ said that come and be ushers. He simply said, go make disciples and preach to the lost. That's all Christ said. But sometimes people think when they have tithed, when they have ushered, when they have cleaned the church, they get so comfortable and they feel a burden lifted off of them. They are deceived. True service of God is being led by the Holy Spirit and interceding and praying for the whole country, for the whole world. That is not service of God. Service of God is primary service. Primary service is listening to the Holy Spirit. If you do the instructions of the Holy Spirit, you are pleasing God. You are really serving God. If He sends you somewhere and you go, you are serving God. Praying for others doesn't harm. That is not service. That is supposed to be a lifestyle. If you praying for others, you still see that as a service to God, then you are not yet a Christian. Praying for others is supposed to be a way of life because it's love. When you have love, you wish good unto others. You pray for them. You're like, hey God, I saw so and so was sick. They're going through a hardship. Lord Jesus, heal them in your holy and mighty powerful name. And Christ heals them. Lord, stand in for so and so in their situation, what they're going through. Lord, I pray for your favor to follow so and so when they're going for this work interview. Intercession is a way of life. It is not service. Like that is a way of life a Christian is supposed to to live. Service is preaching, is going out of your own way and do and serve people. Service is sacrifice. Service is obedience. We have to differentiate between service and lifestyle. A lifestyle of a Christian is different from the service of a Christian. Service is mission. Lifestyle is different. Praying in the Spirit is service. When God imparts something on your heart, that pray for this and that is service. When God gives you a dream and you have to act upon that dream, that is service. I'll give you an example. If you left home and you told your kids, I want you to wipe and clean the dining table. And that's the only instruction you've given your child for the day or for the week or for the month. You're like, hey, just clean that table, make sure it's clean and organized. When you come back after a day or a week or a month and you find the whole house organized, right from the gate, it's been trimmed, it's been cleaned. I mean, a few modifications here and there. Maybe they've even added in new windows, new window frames, new doors, new everything. They furnished the floor, and the whole house looks amazing. You walk through the house and you're like, wow, this is amazing. This is nice. This is really good work. Then you will ask them, hey, what about the table? Of course, you will head to the table to see if the table is cleaned, the table you instructed to be clean. If you go there and find that table cleaned, you will be happy. You'll be like, wow, not only did you clean the table, but the whole house. This is amazing. Then if you find that they have cleaned the whole house but have not cleaned the table, they've not wiped it, they've not organized it, the dining table is still disorganized and dirty, you will be disappointed that you will forget all this because your instruction was rejected. And that's all you ever asked. Just clean the dining table. I'm telling you, you won't be proud of that child or that person because they did not follow the instruction. It is the same thing with Christ. We go around doing all these things, pay school fees for someone, pay tithe, give offertory. All those things are supposed to be like lifestyle of a Christian. There are things you're not supposed to even find hard to do. Giving to the poor, giving to the homeless, visiting in prisons. Dressing the naked. That is supposed to be a Christian's lifestyle. Like, you just don't find someone naked and just leave them there. If you have something to do when someone is hungry, do it. But not Christians don't do that. Christians today don't do that. They look at you and they're like, ew, he's so dirty, It's so disgusting. Look at your beard. Oh my God, We're supposed to do such things out of our heart, but even those things of a Christian lifestyle we do not do. people do not do today. They do not do. If you don't do the normal lifestyle instructions, you don't live the normal Christian lifestyle, how are you going to follow God? How are you actually going to hear his voice and follow him? You will never. Say God tells you that, hey, write a book, and you keep playing around, you don't write that book. Write a book about your life, write a book about this, because he can lead you to do that, and you don't do it. You keep being a nice Christian everywhere, this and that. To him, you're still disobedient. And because you have not done that, there are certain things you will miss out on. God will have something against you because you're disobedient. God will tell you, he might lead you to, hey, that's your wife, marry that lady there. And don't marry her, go marry another one. Because you're looking at beauty, outside beauty. You're looking at, the physical. But you have rejected the weightier things. Christ told the Pharisees when they were speaking to him in the book of Matthew, he was like, you have ignored the weightier matters. That was I think Matthew chapter. Let me try to see if I can find. I'm not sure exactly, but I think it's in Matthew 23. I think it's Matthew chapter 23. I think it's Matthew chapter 23 from verse 13. The hypocrisy of the scribes and Pharisees. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you shut up the kingdom of heaven against men, for you neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore you shall receive and the greater damnation. Matthew 23:23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pay tithe and mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought you to have done, and not to leave the other undone. So, they are weightier things that people are ignoring today, like the instruction of God, the direct instruction of God from the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit speaks to you, he's like, hey, go do this, but you ignore that and pick out the things you see fit, the things that you see easy to do. I was talking about this in another video where I said that Christianity is conditional these days, that people do the things they feel comfortable to do. That's not God, my friend. And it's up to you. It's up to you. God bless you.